Ghana BlackStar player Majeed Ex ne ex-wife edi nsɛm bi ababɛto dwa mmɔnten so afa wɔne na waregyae no ho a abusua asɛm no mu ɔdwerɛm na afei nso so ano yɛ den nsɛm no ano ɔden yie mɛsɛw sɛ wobɛta me twuku me de asɛm no mu nkyerɛmu ɛbrɛw na afei nso ɛnɛ ne yɛde di kan aba mtech media so a wobɛsubscribe to channel ɛde ama me na afei nso wahyɛ abusua asɛm no mu nkyerɛmu nie ɛyɛ adeɛ na da yi ana Majeed Ex a ɔno no yɛ Ghana football player ɔkyɛ sɛ osi akadema BlackStar ne ex-wife Habiba ɛde nsɛm bi ababɔte mmɔnten so ɛfa wɔne na waregyae no ho ana abusua ne nsɛm nyinaa ne sɛ ɛyɛ ade a na asɛntɛm wɔ bɛbɛtɔ dwa sɛ wɔne ne kunu no gyae a wɔgyae no nyinaso bi ani hɔ na sɛ akɔyɛ atamdie ana bi di n'atam ɛwɔ social media ahodoɔ so na ɛnɛ ɛna abusua waba bɛdan adekode pɔtee ya ɛnam so a wɔne ne kunu yi egyaeɛ na abusua ne a wɔka nyinaa ne sɛ ɛyɛ ade a wɔne ne kunu Majeed Ex ɛtenaeɛ no kyɛ sɛ ɔno Majeed no ɔware ɔno Habiba no onya brɛ mpo na ɔde ama no na wɔnya brɛ mpo de ama ɔno ankasa ne ma a ɔne no awo mo ana afei nso so koraa no ɔno no Majeed ne te hɔ no wɔsɔre a kyɛ sɛ ne football career no ɛno nko ara no wɔdwene ho ɔnwene ɔno ɔbaa no ne ma no ho a eduru baabi koraa ɔno Majeed ne kyerɛ sɛ ne ɔno ara ne ma a ɔno ne Habiba na awo nkoraa no ɛnyɛ ne ma ɛma ɔfrɛ ne papa Majeed ne papa koraa kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm no mu de kyerɛ no ɛkyerɛ ne sɛ asɛm sei ni sei na ne ba Majeed ɛka papa no so bie na no anasɛm ɔka nyina sɛ na wo gidi sɛ nkoraa na wo nyem wɔ mo no Majeed ma abusua na ɛsɛ akɔyɛ ase fem akɔyɛ asɛm ɛno nam so ma depression koraa kye maame a na ɛsɛ Habiba ebenya blood pressure na ɛsɛ ɛnya asɛm ketewa kyɛ sɛ na ama afei wafɔn ayɛ tan enti no wɔsɛ obi a wɔyare abusua saa asɛm yi ɛne ɔmo hwɛ ɔno Habiba no maame nso hwɛ yawa a Majeed no ɛde ne ba na mu a na ɛsɛ etwa sɛ aware no mu twa so ɛhɔ no wɔsa de nsɛm bi bɛbɛtu dwa sɛ ade a ɔno Majeed no wɔyɛ nɔdna enti ɔno deɛ so ɔbɛware nɔdna nipa deɛ ne life mu ebi nsi kura da ensi efiri sɛ nɔdness deɛ ɔmo no kyɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ nkɔfoɔ bi a like uhu sɛ deɛ ɔmo teɛ ana you can't deal with them ana afei so asɔ ɔmo ndwini nipa ho abusua wɔde saa nsɛm yi bɛbɛto dwa wabra na Miss G ne interview ana wɔde saa nsɛm yi to dwa nti abusua yɛnkɔ video no nsɛm a BlackStar player Majeed ne ex-wife Habiba ɛde to dwa wabra na Miss G ne interview no nsɛm a ɔka enie.
Our northern people are very hard to deal with. Every northerner knows that. I'm not ashamed to say that I am a northerner. I cannot marry a northerner again. I'm not even joking. Dating them is something else. Marrying them is horribly something else. Because they are very difficult people. They don't understand why you should work. They don't understand when you even have money more than your husband. Why? Because I was in med school when I left. I came to Ghana. I stopped. I went to midwifery school. So I didn't finish because I was supposed to continue in France because he wanted to leave. So I stopped. Everything was basa. People didn't understand why. They said, look at this idiot. He left med school for it. But you are not in my situation. You don't know the type of agreements I had with him. But you sit back home and you insult me. You're forgetting I'm a human being just like you. But trust me, I cursed all those people like no jokes. Yeah, if you know you insulted me some time ago and your life is really not going well, trust me, it's from that time because I actually cursed you. So I didn't understand. I felt I was scared, so I had to put myself together. I went back to school that same year. It took me off, it took me off certain things. I kept myself busy. I had time for myself. I started going on vacations. I started feeling like, okay, I'm the only one in the world. Let me have fun, and just my son. And that was a bonding moment. And then that was when I knew that it's actually not easy to be a single mom because if you even blow air on my son, I can slap you. Yeah, like I was so protective. He was so attached. Especially when he started saying dada first. I say, hey, like how dare you? I put the mama in his mouth by force. And then, he started saying mama. And he didn't even know his dad. Even till now, he calls his dad uncle. Oh. It's not my fault. Me, I don't care. It's not my fault because he's still young. He'll grow up, you'll know that's the father. There was some time he went to school, that was last year, and they were talking about that, and he said to his cousin, they used to attend the same school. Oh, me, I don't have a father.
Oh no.
I said, you're not a bastard. No.
Oh, no.
I heard you correctly. You're not a bastard. Don't say that. Don't say you don't have a father. You have a father. He's there. So I called the father. And I was like, this is what your son said. Talk to him. So, I'm your father. I said, no, you're my uncle. Your uncle. I said, you see? He said, I then I won't catch you and send me your neighbor. Mr. Mina, I catch you.
Oh.
Did I tell him I'm his mother? He knew I was his mother. And already I went through a lot having him. In terms of me being alone in the States, so many things happening, me in the delivery room alone, all these things.
Your husband had gone to play, or
Obviously, I wanted to have him in the States, and he can't leave his job. The job is demand. That's their first wife. You that you're married, in fact, you are the third wife. Second choir is you are too good. Third wife. So it became very hard for me. I wanted to do what I wanted to do for my child, and so fine, okay, you have to work, you have to come and see us. And he came, he left. As he coming back again, my son had already popped up because he was preterm. He came way before. I was really sick. I'm not joking. My BP was rising. I was stressed. I didn't know what I was up to. My mom had to come and she had to renew her visa. The dates they gave her was so I didn't have nobody. So that's when my postpartum depression started. Before leaving the hospital, the doctor told me, you're suffering from postpartum depression. So we started counseling. I got to Portugal. He didn't want me to continue. He was thinking the doctors are just going to drop my money. Or his money. Well, it wasn't my money. And I didn't have money. What am I going to say? I'm not working. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? I just had to be there. I got to a time I said I wanted to come back to Ghana. I can't live anywhere apart from Ghana, honestly. Maybe just for a short while. And I came
because of mommy and because of family.
I was alone. I took care of the boy alone and all that. And my mom was complaining that I had lost too much weight. She wasn't happy. You know, my mom thought I was sick and I wasn't telling her. And I was okay. I was underweight as a pregnant woman, and that wasn't good. You see, everything was just off. Even to the father, I'm sorry to say this, it's as long as far gone, but I'm sorry. Yes, his father, sorry. But the father thought that wasn't his child. So that actually broke me up. The fact that my father-in-law, my father-in-law was someone I was really close to. He really liked me so much. He used to call me princess and sweethearts and all that because his wife was Habiba, and he really liked me so much. Well, that's what I thought. I don't know. I called him and I was so angry because he did something. My ex-husband did something. I was telling him before I couldn't cry and talk at the same time. So before even I'll end the thing, I say, why? You tell me the child is not for him. Don't worry. Are you the one to cover up for me? So that was when I was like, what? I said, I'll call you back. Then I knew that the problem on my right hand is more than the problem on my left hand. So I even forgot about him. Just like, it's not my issue right now. Your father is my issue. I was like, what? Why would you think so? Like, how? Did he understand why I just got in a marriage and I just got pregnant? Situations happen.
Even the first night could get you pregnant.
Thank
It doesn't have
you.
to be 20,000 times.
Thank you. It takes just less than a minute to conceive, and people don't even know. Even with twins, people don't know this. Medically, I can have sex with 1, 2, and I can give, if both eggs are ovulating and 2 sperms are around, you can have twins who have different fathers. Yes. So if your education is important, if you are not going to give anything to your child, trust me, exposure, education, give it to your child. That's the best thing you can leave for your child. So when he said that, I had that thing throughout. So from when I was like 6 months, I was already depressed. And not having time for my husband, from him, because he's not available. I barely see him. Even when I have to go to the hospital, maybe it's just once, I think. Maybe someone from the club has to come and pick me up. There was no moment. There was no bonding moment. He didn't really know me much, as a lover, as a wife, just as a friend. It was hard. No mother, no father. I was literally like an orphan. Yeah, because I wasn't even telling my mom nothing. My mom wasn't around, and I felt everyone has neglected me. That was the beginning of my depression. So when the baby came out, I was looking at him. He said, this one, he looks like me. I was scared. Not because I've done anything, but I was scared that they're going to say, hey, 3 days, oh, the God I serve, it now look like the grandfather. Even me, when I saw him, I said, hey, I know I wanted it to look, I know too much. He looked like his people so much, even till now, the way he behaves, everything like his people. And the father was even surprised his own father said that. But yes, that is what marriage is about, especially when you're an African man and you allow your parents to to interfere with your marriage, knowing very well that our parents see things differently. They can't do things the way they used to do then, now.